Oh, boy. Carol's written a very funny new book called When You Lie About Your Age, The Terrorists Win.
We have comedian Carol Leifer, who's on with us today.
Yeah. We're back with Carol Leifer.
Well, you're so successful. I mean, she's been on every show, worked on every show. You've had your shows. I mean, your resume is unbelievable.
Are you the gentleman who was just talking to my kids out there by the lemonade stand?
I was by the lemonade stand talking to some youngsters.
Oh, because apparently some guy came over and started making fun of their lemonade.
Yeah.
Was that you, perchance?
Guilty?
What's wrong with you?
It's time for The Celebrity Apprentice.
Writer and stand-up comedian, Carol Leifer.
One day only! I'm the ultimate carnival barker, which I know from my early stand-up shows, that'll put you on the map. I don't think I have the upper body strength. Holy moly, girl! What are they teaching you over at Victoria's Secret? Hello! The one and only Joan Rivers joining us. Joan Rivers came in, and it was so great to see her. She was an inspiration to me to get into stand-up comedy. You know, especially female comics, there's really a bond there.
Life isn't always fair.
Yes, I know, and I learned it the hard way.
teammates sort of threw you under the bus.
They
you know
sort
that.
of did.
Carol, you're fired.
Those biatches are gonna be sorry. I'm so sorry, Joel. I just got distracted by all that hair.
Oh, all right. Yeah, Trump's hair.
Trump's hair, Cyndi Lauper's hair, Rod Blagojevich's hair, whatever the hell is happening underneath Bret Michaels' bandana.
Also a writer-producer on such shows as Larry Sanders, Seinfeld, and Saturday Night Live, Carol Leifer.
You know, I wrote for the Oscars, and I wrote Sandra Bullock's presentation. So I got to, you know, interface with her. She's such a lovely, great person.
I know.
I feel so terrible for her. I mean, the only way I think it could be worse is if Jesse James started to see a tattoo model who's photographed wearing a Nazi hat, and it's Meryl Streep.
That would be the end. That would put Sam.
Very, very funny book. Please welcome Carol Leifer.
Change an aisle to a window seat at American, I can't. I still have to, I'm that idiot that calls the 800 number.
Right.
And it's the worst because have you called the airlines lately? I was on a hold last week, swear, 25 minutes.
Okay.
You know, and then when you finally do get someone on the line, you can't help but want to mess with their head. You know, it's like, record locator? Yes, ma'am. It's K, like in the word knee. P as in pneumonia. And W as in whore.
Now you also have...
When you lie about your age, the terrorists win. Here's the lovely Carol Leifer. Find some terms. You are a lesbian.
Yes, I am a lesbian.
Okay. But
Thank you. Here's basically what happened.
Yeah.
I was 40, single, childless, divorced, and I figured there's got to be one more way to really piss off my mom.
I had nothing to do with this, but because you know
Well,
what
I don't know.
Something that happens as you get older, or were you always more inclined towards women, but you just didn't do it until you got older?
No, I'm telling you, Barbara, my life threw me a surprise party.
What's the difference between being with a man versus a woman in terms of that just relationship every day?
I have to tell you, Elizabeth, being with a woman is like being on The View 24 hours a day.
There's an excerpt in the April O magazine. Listen to what Carol writes on page 25. She says, sex with a woman turns out it was a no-brainer because I am one. Very familiar with the equipment already. It was like having all the answers before taking a test. Like walking around in the house you grew up in. You can turn all the lights off. I'll still know where everything is.
Yeah, but, I mean, you did have sort of a sexual awakening.
Yeah, I did, and I was reluctant to talk about it for a while because you want to make sure it's the real thing. I mean, you don't want to pull an Anne Heche.
Right.
You know, sheepishly heading back to the car dealership. Turns out I do prefer a stick after all.
This is amazing to me that in this economic climate, they've spent $25 million for this anti-gay marriage initiative.
And you know who else has given a lot of money, too, are the Knights of Columbus. who, A, I still don't know who they are, and B, what they do. You know, all I know is that when someone wants to throw like a $6 wedding, it's usually at a Knights of Columbus hall.
12 years later, Carol and her partner, Lori, are here with us on Skype. She made you a dog person. I see.
Completely.
Completely. And I'm loving this wall behind you. I think I see my picture on that wall.
Yes, your picture is here, Oprah.
Says.
And now we have 6 rescue dogs.
Oh, really? That's so nice.
6 dog lovers. And you know, Joy, I feel in many ways that dogs are even better than people.
Well, a lot of people agree with that. Why?
Well, look at it this way. A dog can lick his privates and yet not feel the need to post it on YouTube.
It's amazing. That's why we love them.
Right? You know, and I even went a step further. I became so much of an animal person that I even became vegan.
Oh, really?
Yes, because I felt that as a Jewish lesbian, I wasn't part of a small enough minority.
Carol Leifer, you're an animal activist.
Yes,
and
I am.
I am interested, we were talking about it earlier, to hear what you thought of Kelly's rationale for wearing fur.
And so I'm not abusing animals, I'm just wearing fur.
Kelly, could you be a bigger pinhead? I am totally against animal abuse, but I love fur. I mean, really? You know, that's like saying, I'm not a racist, but I am intrigued by the concept of slavery. Since you are a fan of the North Shore Animal League,
That's true.
will you consider making a donation to them?
$10,000 from me personally. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you, Carol.
Okay.
You knew it was kids at a stand.
Right, it's kids.
Selling lemonade. Your choice.
The stand needs a little supervision. That's all I'm saying.
You know what? They're in that little kid bubble. They're buds. And you just, you know, just piss all over them.
I didn't piss on the buds.
Stay away from the buds, Larry.
May I be excused?
Get the hell out of here.
Let me tell you something. Yeah, you talk to my kids again? Calling the cops.
Duly noted. Gee, Officer Crop, gay. Crop you.
That's the same guy.
It is.
He used a bad word, Mom. What a jerk.